Hello and welcome to Handbags for Housing 2021, Let's Flamingo Hybrid Edition. My name is Tally Rabatin and I am the Community Engagement Director at Lydia Place. On behalf of the entire board and staff, thank you so much for being here. If you weren't able to join us last night,
Wait, what?
Under the big cabana and escape to the tropics,
Yesterday?
we are thrilled that you can participate with us online and participate in the critical fundraising efforts for this year's Handbags for Housing. A recap of last night's runway show and program updates from Executive Director Emily O'Connor are coming up right here on this page, so don't go far.
Tally, did I forget something?
And of course, we have a great online auction filled with tons of wonderful experiences, packages, and of course, handbags to purchase and raise critical funds for our programs and services.
To prioritize our flock, Handbags for Housing 2021 went virtual. While we were really looking forward to flamingoing in person, we thank you for your continued support of tonight's event and your help to reach our $125,000 fundraising goal. I want to say another huge thank you to you for being here tonight and migrating on this new flight plan that COVID has set us on. Another big thank you to all of our sponsors. Like you here tonight, these businesses have continued to encourage us and to support us as we do this work. Thank you.
Our signature handbag sponsor, San Juan Broadband. Our tote level sponsors, Bellingham Alive, Linda Hinton, Realtor with Windermere, Innovations for Quality Living, Labels Women's Consignment, and Barclay Village. Satchel level sponsors, Puget Sound Energy, Allstate, Allen Law Firm, Barleans, BP, Cafe 104.1, and Seeking Health. Clutch level sponsors, People's Bank. Wallet level sponsors, Savvy Bank, Shelton LLC, T-Mobile, Hempler Foods Group, Saratoga Commercial Real Estate, BECU, and Lilac Listings by Rachel and Laura. And our fanny pack sponsors and event supporters, Whatcom Land Title, Flax for Life, Veritas Media, Crave Catering, Groove Merchants, and the fabulous Shannon Day with Edward Jones. Thank you to our fashion runway show participants, Labels Women Consignment, Adored Boutique, Buffalo Exchange, Third Planet, Zaya Active, Jaegers, Social Fabric, Sojourn, Lululemon, and Wise Buys. Now, before we flamingo, I'd like to review some housekeeping and virtual auction tips to ensure you are ready to participate. You can get to tonight's auction by going to www.handbagsforhousing.com on any laptop or desktop computer, or any tablet or smartphone device. Once there, laptop or desktop users can click the Enter the Auction menu button located at the top of handbagsforhousing.com. If you're using a tablet or smartphone device, simply click the three lines to expand the mobile menu. From there, you'll see the Enter the Auction button from the drop-down menu. Even if you have registered, if this is your first virtual auction with our platform, Greater Giving, you will need to create your own Greater Giving account to donate or bid within the auction platform. Creating a Greater Giving account is easy. Once you've entered the auction, you can click on any Get Started buttons and follow the prompts to sign in or create your new Greater Giving account. Please note, you will be prompted to re-enter your credit card details when creating a Greater Giving account for the first time. Your credit card information is secure and you will not be charged unless you have bid or purchased on items or made a donation. Now you are ready to start bidding. You can review all the items in our auction catalog by scrolling up or down, or you can browse according to the category by clicking the three lines in your upper left-hand corner of your screen. There are two ways you can make a cash donation to help us reach our fundraising goal. First, you can click on any of the Make a Cash Donation buttons on the bidding page to make a cash donation and to check in on our fundraising goal throughout the weekend. Or you can make a cash donation by texting Handbags to 269-89 from your mobile device. 100% of tonight's proceeds go directly towards supporting Lydia Place programs and services. Need help? Have no fear. We have people that are happy to assist you with any concerns or issues. please contact us by calling 360-485-0833 or emailing us at events@lydiaplace.org. The auction will remain open until Sunday, September 19th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And our program recording will remain here for everyone to view and watch at www.handbagsforhousing.com. So please do help us spread the word and encourage your friends and family to join in the fashion, fun, and philanthropy and raise critical funding for families experiencing homelessness. If you are joining us for the first time tonight, Lydia Place's mission is to disrupt the cycle of homelessness and support sustained independence for current and future generations. And our vision is a compassionate community where everyone has a home and the opportunity to thrive. To tell you more about our work, here is Emily O'Connor, Lydia Place Executive Director.
Thank you, Tally, and thank you to all the folks at home joining us for another night of fun, compassion, and of course, giving. I would start by saying it's been quite the year, but the truth is, this last year has been really hard, and so was the year before it. And also, for too many in our community, every year is hard. I've been thinking a lot about time recently, which is our only constant companion. In part, I think I've been thinking about it because the pandemic has put us all in this strange time warp where time has both sped up and seemed to slow down. In part, I think I've been thinking about it because I've been watching my own 3 little kiddos get big so fast. And in part, I'm approaching my 10-year mark at Lydia Place, which is a moment for reflection. Recently, I've been thinking back to that first year on the job and to one tiny human in particular who was the first, though certainly not the only, to run off with my heart. She sticks with me in part because she at the time was just a couple months younger than my first daughter, who had just turned 1 when I officially started at Lydia Place. I was a first-time mom, as was her mother, Marin, and both of us were madly in love with our little girls. We were trying to figure out how to be the best parents we could be for our daughters, and we both had wildly different life experiences, opportunities, and resources available to us. Marin and Isabel lived in the Gladstone House, which is a transitional housing program of Lydia Place, and at the time it was attached to our program offices in a really sort of open way. And the pair of them would come and visit the staff every day. And one day I was called out into the hall, come quick, to watch as Isabel took her first little independent steps down the hallway, and the entire office staff erupted in cheers and applause at this momentous tiny moment. After that, Isabel would toddle down every day and wander into offices and examine anything that was less than 3 feet from the ground. It was bittersweet when Marin and Isabel moved into an apartment of their own, one of our subsidized units in partnership with the Housing Authority, just before her 2nd birthday. And Marin had a few natural support systems. She had struggled with some health conditions that resulted in chronic pain and sometimes made it challenging for her to balance pain management and the demands of parenting a very active little one. At one point, CPS removed Isabel from Marin's care, and my heart broke as I thought about what it would be like for my own little daughter to be removed from me and her family. Please, I thought, let us not break this child. The reality was, Marin was a wonderful, dedicated, and loving mom, and she and Isabel were as bonded to each other as you could possibly wish for. What they needed wasn't separation, they needed support, a kind of support that we as a community have yet to figure out how to provide. At the time, Lydia Place didn't have our parent support program or our mental health programs that we have today. We didn't have the breadth or depth of supports that we now have, in part because of all of you in our community. I was asked today to share a little bit more about the programs and services of Lydia Place, and I don't often talk about them. And that's in part because I want you all to understand, our community, to understand that the programs and services we provide are the equivalent of us collectively and lovingly placing our hands over an open wound and applying pressure to stop bleeding. And this action, like the programs and services of Lydia Place, are critical, life-changing, and sometimes life-saving. And make no mistake, we must continue to do this. And while we do that, we have to look up and look around and figure out how to build a community where less injuries occur, less trauma is inflicted, less rescuing is needed. And that is the work ahead of us. Thankfully, Isabel was quickly returned home, and though we stayed in their lives for 3 more years, eventually they simply didn't need us anymore. Isabel was 5 when we celebrated their exit from our programs at Lydia Place. And as I have watched my own daughter grow, I've often wondered about how life and the world have treated Isabel. I've often wondered, was it enough? I started by saying that it's been a rough year and years. Through this pandemic, we have seen the rate of families experiencing homelessness here in Whatcom County more than double. Today, the waiting list has more than 100 families on it. We've placed more families in emergency motel stays in the past 12 months than, probably the past many years combined, and still, our system is unable to provide shelter for them all. Further, families are spending an average of 6 months waiting for an opening in a program. 6 months. Our inability to respond to the crisis at hand is adding trauma on top of trauma, the consequences of which for our children will be long-lasting. We live in a community with significant racial disparities in childhood outcomes, and where only 1 in 4 of our Black, Indigenous, and people of color children enter kindergarten ready to learn. We can and must do better. I know that the world might feel heavy at the moment. I know that if you're paying any attention at all to the local, regional, global news, it can feel overwhelming at best. But we must not be paralyzed into inaction. Here in this community, we can figure out how to house our children and our families, to provide adequate childcare for all children, to increase access to basic mental and behavioral health services, to build community that bridges our divides and eliminates racial disparities. I know we can do these things. I know that they're hard, but we can do it if we keep showing up. I want to say thank you so much tonight for showing up with open hearts, open minds, and of course, open wallets. I hope that you enjoy the fashion show highlights, and I hope you enjoy this year's online auction.
We want to say a huge thank you to the Spice Hut, Barclay Village, and Barleans for leading tonight's giving. Your dedication to our success is truly incredible. Now is your opportunity to move that thermometer and help us reach tonight's goal. You can click the Make a Cash Donation or text Handbags to 269-89.
Number 51. The Marley Bucket Bag by Michael Kors is a funky carry-all that you didn't know you needed, bringing together a laid-back vibe and a touch of posh. Number 49. The Jackson Crossbody in Stoplight Magenta by Kate Spade has multiple compartments and an adjustable strap, leaving your hands free to hold on to your latte. Number 52. This gorgeous leather bucket bag by Alexander McQueen is sultry and sophisticated, with a surprise pop of punk. Number 58. The Palt Shoulder Bag by Karl Lagerfeld is as classic as it is practical. An everyday bag that will not disappoint in its function or panache. Number 53. Crafted in Italy of durable Italian leather, the Amalfi Tote by Bruno Magli is designed with flexibility and style in mind. Number 57. This Pebble Crossbody by DKNY is subtle, modern, and minimalistic. Sophisticated enough to accompany you to a business dinner or sleek enough to have on your arm at a gallery opening. Number 56. This stunning red shoulder bag by Marchese is the perfect complement to every outfit and will be sure to attract all kinds of compliments. Number 50. The Eartha Crossbody by Zach Posen lets you transition from day to night in the blink of an eye and will add plenty of fun and whimsy to your look. Number 55. The Rendezvous backpack from the Pault collection will accompany you everywhere you go, adding a touch of fashion and function to your look. Number 54. This cocktail clutch is handmade from an iridescent Japanese obi and is perfect for those special events when you really want to wow people.
Wow, how fun was that? Another huge thank you to our fashion show partners and model volunteers. As you start to dig into this year's auction and bid on those signature handbags you just saw, you will also see opportunities to join us as a housing hero. For as little as $5 a month, you can help us continue to say yes to families with children in need of emergency shelter. We have multiple packages to fit into every budget, and we want to say a special thank you to all our current housing heroes for your commitment to our work. The auction will close Sunday, September 19th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and all winning purchases and donations will be processed on Monday, September 20th. If you have questions or need assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to our support crew. They are there to help at events@lydiaplace.org or by phone at 360-485-0833. So that wraps up tonight's program. I hope you enjoy shopping the auction or donating directly to tonight's event by clicking on Make a Cash Donation button on the auction platform. Or you can make a cash donation by texting Handbags to 269-89 from your mobile device. Together, we can make a difference in our community and make a lasting impact on this generation and the next. Enjoy.